Commemorative Jehovah 特么的这体个说，他们都不背了个包，没啥位。他，那么他Vamuzo，就做这个考个大，这怎么就不努嘞？是啦喏，Vamuzo，个克米个。不搞个这都操作吧，不嘛透过了那是，现喏，不提不是，是个哈个到那喏，我都不去噻，嘛，个不个第个大么子，个么你不能么这个热体个到哪一次去？
Catholic Revelation 14:13 lihi pisan saba. Then I heard a voice from heaven say, "Write this: Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord from now on." Tingezle Siro atiginu hafe po sije how tuleje 지혜야우누 예쁘노 뛰어디 시에게다고 대작게부터 시제로프 시에 우에 오고 우마토누누 렐리타디오 오고 마토고 우세 워디에루 이금은 없으세.
Let us look to the Lord and pray. 오고 그저 처치다. 对有个吧，我们他们那个是不就好吧？我们是不有呗。个那么领导他的说，也不是呢，那个可以哦，那个Vamuzo，我就是来玩呢，他的说也没了里的，谁你不就是，不是要个Vamu就是本国的这条嘞，我可没个。 好个上面先那我个吧，这些好个还别是那个好我个都没对，他让了我他那个做不没都个没钱呢，个中国个没小吧好个都来巴噻，还是让米搞的不别是那个委屈我是，是个是个包，他是个谁？谁知呢？我啥叫个黑米个，人那些来那个外面个不孬，可是呗，我这我是过来我个都那。 no 还说明他要是个是不是那还是那类似的，俺家包这些个过后我个都没对过那么个吹是的是喏，过后个人他了我跟侬他个做，不没都个马前喏就是的是喏，不侬干嘛事儿不知道不叫嘛这个全部都叫小是的呗，阿门。
我根本就不，他马蹄不是，这只能实际，把好一包。 我查看上面的字了，有二巴拉姆女个不，Vamuzo 嘿，有二巴族不母女，不波尔维尔姆苏嘿，不族几少不了，Vamuzo 特个是的这，不明那个，不波。 我个月头不特个是，不喏，不是拿来了西培，我姑父啦 ，Government High School 了，个拉斯克里巴西，这些不个合适的。 October 就给你谈那，这真的不搞头几毛什么也少了这，我们说就知了不得，投资不给的，我们说那属于，不过对这头糯米搞到了，我会给外头不了呢，被提米投资不给的，一些，这真的不搞头几毛一本我少了这。 那么他我们说，那个米给这个铺了那不，了了， 나가미 티파 해제노 또 욕 홀리 기에서 나찌그 토 나찌그 브라 뭐 소모 크로 르후에노 나가미 람하티 부시지 그 따뜻이 마법 불르르버리 뭐 불르게 이번에 시피사에보 아트마를 랩빼모스대 티모티리르노 나가미 냄빼 호모해 다모 달르모스대 지지 글르브르다부 구라 government high school लकड़ी पास जो दोले ज़ेर ज़े secondary high school सिवा हिले पास के सा पुनो वो शिलोंग ले सेंट एडमंड कॉलेज ले क्लास करी कना intermediate pre जो बॉम्बे ले विल्सन कॉलेज ले पर करी दा पास government law college बॉम्बे ले पर लो पास时间都不，我是我，这真的不干出去么？很少人出去的 general election 了不了 election 了，是的，不过很别个吧。不可能得这个事，不能有这个事。现在不，他们得了些不，实际上呢不可是的。我们说可以别话自己，不 political 别自己。我们说呢，咱不批说个类不可能得。是啥？各位提啥？各位提啥？有一马个做了不？各位提啥进来嘛谁？那么他我们说 visual 别了喏，马个做谁？不好哩 ，political 不别是，不开头个外头 ，Doctor 说在这里面，new baby 做喏不个是马蹄。现在不可喝了不是这不这个事，不，对这你不干出去么？现在他出去 election 了不搞的，不 election 了 fail 的，不 public meeting 的。ale pu election ti do ji chozu bare le tama mo ke semi bono Vamuzo re pu do bu ze ke te ge ba re ku do le bu mi ke nam MLA ti do shi zen bu chi po sita Nagaland le politique de chite bobore se que de que se teje vamos o saca taco porque tomi ko mate que zeno kertieno vamos o por lavo na kami semo sole se zem hakke poi se que teje baore Peg district le MLA 不不喏，我是卡里不怎么什么，vacancy 不怎么些个包，这几个几个呢，他个 honorable minister，不喏，哦一多诶，那么他来呀是卡的么是的，第二在那里是在包里，也是噻，我们说。这minister 提的，他个他妈妈的 minister 提啥的，实际个这得不了，啥 MLA 知道什么？知不知道他？是个把自己，他 Oko, Honorable Chief Minister, Nipu, Podoli Speaker, Tayachile Kore, Tinicho, Emily doesn't Mojise, Ino, Minister Teshe Latano, Emily Chadamo, Shida. Ash, Mazada Alisa, Dibuto, Shidamo, Shiba. Large but dangerous Sijiba Poverica, Shep Mano, Emele Pun, Bavasa, Minister Pun Latano, Emeleti. Vamuzo Hui Peggy, Pergamonipo, Kickamaper, Temapa. Per Cressateji Retzerzele Taku Hugajillere Bukavet Totioche Bolkavilla Bahori Vamuzoil Rezagatasa Cressar Limited Niroche Eno Tamak Sherp Okamanipo Kerp Sepu Hurry. Vamuzoe Litik Semiper Zalek Zomi Zalezok Sekitamaper Purvur Vuchola Potogaris no Perno Zaletida yo Chokimi Zaletido Guhumi Zaletido se Pukovochola不知 very 的哟，不可以别个吧，不 simplicity 吧哟，没不别的吧，而且不咋 Seville Doctor Seville Iralu， 他妈有意不喏。Seville Iralu nu puje atasan nom guruje. Tamai po pose como mama homo. Tamayo ipo influence titsu to iselba. Po emelerti ministerti chief ministerti. Po top lama po leji po bama po. Matila am hatiore. Po matoketeko 不是美国个女博士的，他我个谁跟我个他他妈个合着做了嘿，阿来米不马提没打个这，不马托不喏，我没卡开这做了个哒，把好些嘞 ，Village Development Board 个，Mori Compact Area Development, Thai Local Area Development ကိုဟိပုတ္တလဟိကိုစုဒကစ Planning Commissioner ကိုဟောရtsရဲစဝမဇောရတီလေဝတိ MLA ဇောကမော MP ကိုတက်ချက်ပလန်အကကရပငုံကဝဟိနာဂလည်းဟိစုဒဟောမဟိကိုလိကဘာတကြီး Thai Utikivele Honorable Chief Minister Nipurio Ita Ncino Aodzrao Zalano No Ibamodade No Ivorimotomelize or critic of Tamapuribamole Mo No Pesale Matik Mizisakato Immelile Kamanipo Jobase Ta Vorikato today mo the Potokavako Mipuano Casasovado Sokose Natsikopono Tazatsu Sudato or take a veco hila, no come to come away. Nepopo, Jo Matukots him. nó có một tấm giáo.
Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Dr. Nipurio, former Chief Minister, Dr. Sarhozile Dijitsu, all beloved friends and colleagues of my late husband Vamuzo, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, all glory and honor to God Almighty, our Creator and Sustainer, for His marvelous plans and designs for mankind. Words cannot fully express my gratitude for His faithfulness and care throughout our life's journey. As King David said, I have nothing to offer God for His unending love and mercy towards our family, for everything belongs to Him, but I can offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving. And so, with a heart full of gratitude, I give all thanks to God for everything and for all His constant provisions. On this occasion, my children, our entire household, and I extend our heartfelt thanks to each one of you who has made the effort and journey this far to be here with us as we remember my late husband Vamuzo, who left us on this day 25 years ago. He was 65 years old when he passed. To us, his time felt too short, but we take comfort in knowing that his Creator had designed his journey that way. God's ways are always higher than ours, and we have no complaints. As we remember his life today, we cannot help but recall the many people who walked alongside him and supported him. His colleagues, co-workers, and friends, from the highest positions to the humble roles. As the saying goes, no single tree forms a forest. In a forest, we find grasses, bushes, towering trees, and creeping vines, all playing their part in creating something whole and complete. In the same way, a man's journey is shaped by those around him, each bringing their unique, God-given qualities to contribute to something greater. Vamuzo, as an instrument of God, may have contributed his bit, particularly in the formation of the VDB concept and the subsequent CAT, now LADP, but these achievements were only possible because of the hard work, dedication, and sacrifices of those who stood with him. We have done our best to reach out to his batchmates, colleagues, peers, staff, bodyguards, and everyone who was part of his life and work. But it saddens me deeply that many of them have left us, and those who remain are now unable to join us here today due to complications from age and infirmity. Yet, for those of us who are still here, including myself, I realize that God has kept us alive for a purpose, to continue the work assigned to us in this life. I also want to acknowledge and thank the faithful ones who continue to pray for us. Your prayers are a great source of strength, helping us face life's challenges with courage. In these times, more than ever, may we remember one another and lift each other up in prayer. Lastly, as we remember and celebrate Vamuzo's life, let us not forget that he too was human. Like all of us, he had his share of weaknesses, but despite his imperfections, he gave his best and lived a life devoted to his Creator. With the presence of our leaders here, and the capable people from everywhere, and God's chosen people, it is our prayer that God will bless us with blessings such as wisdom from above, knowledge, peace and prosperity, unity to all Nagas today. Thank you. Izakado uramizulub posuto. Utuzuna pakakropo sude. Niko izakado uramizulub posuto. Utuzuna pakakropo sude. Niko ukumanu no hachiba ho. He no cheko program de he no kamnu hachiba hama te umal hirtuna. Tetsutaroma tubusu ukumnu butsuyobe. Karatolu. Vamuzo no hichi lusuje nanoniko. Urami to hichi munugasa busuzanumi purami pukremi teno mutu pukrisano popono satama puchino. Done bulhujevo. Hakato buchishe tetsutaroma tu ukumnu zaza susapoyo. Sasa. I urami Yoruba miko uko programi zorida u bul dam ulukami jali niko kemenum to hi mutu kemenum hato buto tamalu hise pungum sarpo ko zuba sabino tamako hise no ketsu musio to lun ma chi ga dai ungo mome sina ukamnum to jobu niko to mo zoko hebu she ukamnum na choli zo bu zo krome diva no she kemenum to niko to hago niko sezo mo da she hago Kajoba sedere, kemenubu kemeluzo ho. Sesa, uchakasami, sesa usazanugo, niko tu nijo kasano vogaza, iko mutu na niko mazaba. Unagami, rijeje katako, wani sabazo doli shishi, wala kesiga sa pomaridi. Halio hio ukarune mo, mutubu mo si voga bago hi, uchon neri, kemenubu no nyo katusisa sesa ponisa. Kemenupeno uko krakaza pokakrandi sana ukemenupeno jobusa mututsusano ukrtami voga bahiko hi sasa ukrtami arna krta lichi hiche kar no mutukulu krta baga choko hi ne tekuke kuke bubino ne no driver bubino Rami masemu kazuko sokosa krihido hako hopulusi hasem halu ukamnu chela vogazam hasem halu wisdom from above sasa maleri ukamnum has tamam haseda monokum hasebono niko sotasa di vogado tugolu machim vesako mo hu var krau hu kasochi zo musde utu ujoba mode disishi u bahui u chaka samiko uko kame krechiba sugada pechina chekri sarli mishe cái xe mi xe cái mà mình mất từ mà thốn đi học cái nào mà liệu cũng mất từ cái xe ba mất từ cái gì nào mà chỉ số một giờ nát cho dân học cái job bu tổ xe bu li bi bu một giờ mất từ cái khu xe nó cái chỉ bu chiếu sự bây giờ go to the end nát cho cái chỉ bu mà xe đấy chỉ bị u cầm nó bị bỏ đi u mà lười u tham mà hi bu sang một giờ sa cái gì đấy bu sang một giờ sa mà mất từ cái đấy ali u cầm nó sa giờ sa bu thôi Buto bomo susan lu chivo ka thai ungori ho kamano jom moto ko tsute mu ni ko moto ko mazaho. Thank you.
Aze I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. For His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. For His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me.
다 마히드히 뭐 타즐에 타게 되이모 스나 poke kriva de no ko tole kmzire let Vamuzo former chief minister anniversary dead Thai this whole Mahapurivo ukabu vamo no ukamanupu the Socio-political Kamasaba ukopur kasna bu kamaza poyove sasa ta ka hu hiyo le na ka shoti ka siyo Reverend Vesavo chozuba Babel Peace ka te Vesavo chozuba Baptist Church le ka voyo mu Reverend Pukrol he Yoruba Baptist le pastor Pukashoti se Punimazave Selizo Tati Sohi Renukamo Sojo Hiole German Tigava Foreign Minister Tenusho Mu Tenusho Mozave Mu Uko Nagaland CM Chief Minister Nagaland Nipurio Bu beduano kevo MLA Minister ex MLA ko kevo ko mutimazam krele ke se poso yove Sesari uko former Chief Minister Ukopo Serhozele Butavo Uko Dollar Taze Bu Pasapeti Butikata Uko Dollar Butaivo Coca Huvamalegasana Bumazavi Sisa Tamahiko Hipuna Uzapua Ale Votume Mosese Momu Vo Shi Vokawako Setomade Sisa Achumbemo Kikon MLA Mu Incon ex minister Mu Niketu Iralu Sukos Vom Sem Dalipon Hapotana Apo Uzatomze Vova Tabateo Komuzavi Oh Sisa Setso Mora Ma Uzapoto Modashi Kejovade Mu Oko Pek Disimu Chozuba Edici Mu Uchaka Sami Kritikava CPO President Vezhe Sisari Nagaland officials ko Mu Chakasam officials ko Gavomat Maza Kate Poyove Silizo Chakasame Public Miko Ri Let Vamuzo Hirakramatore Tema Katrovo Kahu Hio Vamul Sekasa Yona U Chakasami Maza Riho Silizo Chazuba Range Le Renamatuko Le Tema Katrovo No U Yoruba me Terhoti Kasana U Range Le Kori Mazak Merkreve Isi Kata Ri Posiove Silizo Ta Tamaya Hiddu Hivo Kahukaba Kahuba Let Vamuzo Se Vo Uko Mungo Timode Shizori Bukshi Vo Uko Ze Kahu Bazo To Iside Libave Sasa 부채미모 분누 분내고 자르쿠 아뽀 티데크라 머즈머 크르즈 른느몰레 울르수 릴레 부노 멋지거르 리톨리티 분느리 내고 리 잘레 그티 내고 히 머자리호 탈 let Vamuzo anniversary 22 March 25 year hinhahi vono puvarakrakase ke kasapomo tilizikani ho kerhiro mucho hunehu varakra tanoni 이타 렌나요 술로 터져 이고 대버 못뜨고 불요호 이 보조보지호 못제때 시조에 아까 요바데 이즈버네고 제쇼요호 네고 무자
Yoruba uzunego runukumona shihava muzoli zoti sizo Yoruba zu zaleva muzo ne yolimo trek sajopu ne tremino zaleba yoba va muzo ha hir sale ne marko tsoi motele tsomo kita le harorile ora zumi runu morile leve moli loze ukohi
Yes, Vamuzo died quite a number of years ago. 25 years have already passed. But my village, Yoruba, continued to mourn, sob, and weep. Vamuzo's death, our leaders' loss, till today. We are aware of your heavy schedules. We highly acknowledge your coming, your presence here today, which clearly shows your love and a deep concern. We are so humbled, and at the same time, we are so strengthened and encouraged by seeing your kind and loving faces. Friends, I do not find a satisfying word to express my gratitude to you. I still, despite my helplessness, on behalf of Vamuzo's family and Vamuzo's village, want to express in a very simple word, but very sincere and most sincere word, thank you to you all. May God bless you all richly in the return. From here, I will switch on to a written script as I am asked or entrusted to share with you. I will read it out as fast as I can in order to save time for other speakers in row after me. No time to translate it into our local dialect. Kindly bear with me. And you will find this copy. The theme is Vamuzo as a man I know. The man Vamuzo as I know him. It will be served on your tables. Please find, and I will read it very fast. 25 years ago today, on this 22nd March 2000 Naga Republic Day, Vamuzo departed for his heavenly home. The news media and the Naga public poured in countless condolence messages ascribing Vamuzo as a leader of outstanding personality, towering figure, a down-to-earth person, and so on. Vamuzo was born on 17 October 1935. He died when he was 65 years running. If he were to be alive today, he would be 89 years, 5 months, 5 days old today. It means he would be running his 90 years, yes. Cutting a long story short, after his graduation in law from Bombay University, Vamuzo joined the Nagaland state politics, winning for the first time in 1969 Nagaland state general elections from Chazuba 1 Assembly constituency, and then Chazuba 1 and Chazuba 2 combined 1974 constituency, and continued till he breathed his last in 2000. That is for 31 years. He was in the ruling government for only 7.5 years, and the rest 24.5 years he had been in opposition. During the short 7.5 years' time in ruling, Vamuzo could successfully initiate, completed, and lay down some of the most important foundations for the survival of the Nagas. During 1974 and 75 years, and from 1977 to 1980 under United Democratic Front, party ministry headed by Vizol Koso Angami, and 1980 to 1982 under NDP headed by Mr. J.B. Jasoke. Vamuzo as a cabinet minister with portfolios like Public Work Department, Finance, Rural Development, Local Self-Government, Elections, Industries, etc., The following policies and foundations have been laid with much independent thinking based on Naga origins, as found on record, and as oftentimes he used to tell me. Policies and foundations laid, in brief. 1. For the ever first time, Vamuzo was inducted a cabinet minister for Public Work Department in the United Democratic Front ministry headed by Mr. Vizol Koso Angami. A ministry lasted only from 1994 to 1975. During this short period, at his initiative, a good number of new roads were constructed connecting the inaccessible villages where there were no road at all before all over Nagaland. A new legal system of contract work called Ketu, an amount from rupees 2,000 to rupees 10,000, something like a relief contract work introduced, which brought a lot of benefits and upliftments to the maximum Naga rural poor by doing the physical aid works. Small earth works were fairly shared, easy to do by the villagers themselves. No investment was needed, no delay in payment, no hassle, no deduction, and so maximum Naga populace benefited from it. With the earned profits, many poor students could finance themselves and complete their studies to become officers and leaders. Many began to learn to become small contractors, big contractors, entrepreneurs, businessmen, etc. It was indeed an awakening and the ever first stepping stone for the Naga rural poor. 2. 33 reservation of government job vacancies for the identified backward tribes was made mandatory for the first time in the state of Nagaland via the notification number AR September 8, 1976, PT2 dated September 16, 1979. Nagaland Village Council and Area Council Act 1978 was adopted and enacted for the first time during this period when Vamuzo was Minister for Local Self-Government 1977 to 1982. As Minister for Elections and Electoral Photo Identity EPIC was introduced for the first time in 1982 Nagaland State General Elections. The EPIC was immediately copied and adopted by Delhi central government. Number 5, as Ministers for Industry and Commerce, the District Industry DIC Center was created for the first time in every district in Nagaland 1980. Old age pension for all people in Nagaland was introduced for the first time, which was soon, that was introduced in 1980 to 1982. It was copyrighted by the central government of India. Indigenous Inhabitant Certificate introduced. Nagaland became a state inaugurated on 1st December 1963 for the purpose of identifying the indigenous and non-indigenous inhabitants and for issuing the Indigenous Inhabitant Certificate to the bona fide indigenous candidates. The date 1st December 1963 was adopted as declared cutoff year for the first time via State Government of Nagaland Notification AR August 8, 1976, date Kohima, the 28 April 1977, initiated by the UDF Ministry, 1974 and 1975. Registrations of indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland, RIN, sometimes in 2023-4, it was begun, was just an exercise and an attempt to review, tighten the loopholes, strengthen or relax where it is found necessary. Number 8, special reservation of funds, exclusive special reservation of funds of rupees 1 crore. Each was made mandatory for the first time to uplift the backward districts like Tunsan, Mon, and Meluri. 9, Village Development Board, VDB Board. As Minister for Rural Development and Finance, Vamuzo had introduced the Village Development Board, 1978 to 1980. He expounded the concept to Mr. A.M. Gokhale, a brilliant IS officer, the then Deputy Commissioner PEG, and requested him to translate it into writing, which Gokhale did it. The concept was to liberate the villages and rural poor. For thousands of years in the past, governments of different countries ruled a state from the top and kept the below villages poor and suffer. The Vamuzo now the government should come down and function at the village level. Instead of villages always go up to the top and suffer, money had to be brought down to the village accounts for their own development by passing the corrupt middlemen or officials for which Vamuzo was hated by some bureaucrats and officials of the day. Despite oppositions, Village Development Board came to a reality. Nagas can never forget to thank Mr. A.M. Gokhale, who was later promoted to the top post of Chief Secretary, Nagaland, and retired. In one of the CPO sessions held on the 10th October 2008, where there were about 2,000 attendants, where Mr. Gokhale himself was the chief guest, where I was also present. He said, know this. The whole credit of VDB has to go to Vamuzo. 10. Rural Housing Scheme. In 1977, as the declared national emergency was lifted, from August, the state general elections campaign had begun. That is from August till November. As he called me, I used to be with him. Till that time, all houses in villages all over Nagaland were covered with only thatch roofings. No sijia sheet roofings. People suffered a lot as oftentimes fire accidents occur. And they had to rebuild their houses after every 5, 6, or 7 years. On all the election platforms, Vamuzo loudly said, if I and my UDF party is voted to power, as soon as my party has formed the government, all these thatch roofings, pointing with his finger to the houses in that village and villages in neighboring areas around, all these thatch roofings will be replaced with chia sheet roofings. And all these villages will look like covered with white snow within 10, 15 years. Unbelievable. UDF party was voted to power in a landslide majority in 1977 November elections. And they formed the government, and UDF party ministry truly put their promises into real action with all honesty. And when Vamuzo was the chief minister 1990 to 1992, all the thatch roofings in Nagaland were replaced with shija sheet roofings. And the villages in Nagaland are truly looked like covered with white snow. The vision came true. Compact Area Development Scheme, or we call it Local Area Development Fund. From 1990 to 1992, Vamuzo was the chief minister of Nagaland. He was determined to introduce another new scheme named to be Compact Area Development Scheme. This time he called the then Chief Secretary in his government, Mr. Aluwalia IAS, to translate the concept of cuts he explained to him into writing. The concept of this scheme was the 60 assembly constituencies in Nagaland were made 60 compact areas. An equal amount of money was to be allocated and distributed for equal development of each constituency, looked after and monitored by the respective standing MLAs and ministers. The scheme money is also called Local Area Development Fund. The money was never meant for the pocket money of the MLAs or ministers. It is being badly corrupted today. Today, rupees 5 crore allocation of fund is given to each member of parliament of both houses of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha to be utilized by the MPs for the development of their respective constituency, which is purely a copycat or an adoption of the concept of cuts or LDF of Vamuzo. And it is indeed a great relief to their financial burdens. Much thanks goes to Mr. Aluwalia IS, who was the Chief Secretary, Government of Nagaland, who translated the concept of cuts into writing, which became a reality not only in Nagaland, but all over the country today. Never with an intent to undermine any, but the immense contributions made by Vamuzo as mentioned above, along with equal land distribution and the land holding system prevail in Nagaland. To every individual, Nagas and Nagaland have the best form of democracy and governing system in the whole world, even today. 25% leadership seats reservation for women. From 1980 to 1992, the concept of 25 seats reservation for women in the village leadership of both in VDB and Village Council, initiated by Vamuzo, has wonderfully worked, and it had immediately captured the attention of the leaders of the world. It had soon went to the United Nations, working level, yes. And as it has been adopted by the UN, it has come down to its member countries with tremendous impact. The United Nations Council adopted resolution in bracket S/RES/1325 on women and peace and security on the 31st October 2000. That is about 6 months after Vamuzo's death. The resolution reaffirms the important role of women, their equal participation, giving 50% seat reservation to women in the United Nations Security Council membership itself, and also directed all the United Nations member countries to implement 33% seat reservation for women in the leadership in their respective countries. This is Vamuzo on the Indo-Naga political problem. Vamuzo said, the long outstanding Naga political problem is to be correctly understood through and by the uniqueness of their history and their case. They live in their own country, their ancestral homeland, or their ancestral tombland with pride. From their prehistorical time till date, no nation has ever conquered or subjugated the Naga nation. There's not the whole Naga nation and country as one, except for 60 years of British entry and domination over a little portion of about 1/10 of the Naga Hills without any treaty or agreement signed. By race, Nagas are Mongoloid. They are not Aryans or Nordic or Caucasus, nor Dravidians nor Negroids. There is a nationality crisis, a biological crisis. Their distinct identity, that is their history, geographical territory, tradition, culture, customs, language, religion, heritages, even their physical features, appearance or colors, their way or style of life to the extent of their way of eating or dressing, whether naked or half-dressed, all are different from any other ethnic group in India, he asserts. A principle of regional party polity. Vamuzo and Vizolko Angami oftentimes lectured on their regional party platform, saying the present state of Nagaland is too small as a nation or state in the big Indian subcontinent. If we let loose the Nagas too early to embrace Indianization and the so-called mainstream, the identity, that is tradition, customs, culture, religion, physical features, etc. of the tiny and insignificant Nagas will soon submerge like a drop of ink in the big ocean, and Nagas will soon disappear. The Nagas will become an endangered race bound to extinct as an indigenous people from the face of the earth. Nagas must have a strong political awareness to preserve and protect their identity given to us by Almighty God. If Nagas were to lose their identity, India would have lost one of its most beautiful entities in the Indian diversities. Naga must know this truth, they warned. Conclusion. The harmonious duo of Vizol and Vamuzo together in a very limited time given. They had laid down some of the most needed fundamentals to protect the Nagas in a very dynamic and a very kicking manner, and have excelled all others indeed till date. It was indeed an epoch-making era in Naga history. As a politician, I know Vamuzo was charismatic, inspiring, very magnetic in pulling the crowds and the masses, a moderate, a true democrat, a man of great tolerance, an outstanding parliamentarian, and a statesman. His political manifesto stood for non-violence, peace, and reconciliation, and solution of the Indo-Naga political conflicts. His economic and social policy always stood for justice, equal distribution, and upliftment of the accessible rural poor, the downtrodden, and emancipation of the women. He knew in depth the problems, needs, and wants of his people, and had the insight, courage, strength by independently drawing out plans and programs with a vision to address them. The poor are always on his mind. Vamuzo was a vivid visualizer and actualizer. He was a real practical and social scientist. He was a true friend and champion of the poor. The above priceless concept, contributions, and achievements made by Vamuzo have been copycated by the world today, liberating the poor in millions and in billions. Thus, the highlights given above clearly reveals a regional party government with its truer concern and independent thinking based on Naga origins, free from the control and checks of the so-called High Command could do much better for the Nagas. All generations to come would remember Vamuzo as one best architect and liberator of the Nagas and Nagaland. Nagas shall live. God bless Nagaland. Amen. Thank you all.
We gather here today on this solemn yet celebratory occasions to commemorate the 25th death anniversary of a remarkable leader, a visionary, and a true son of Nagaland, led Vamuzo. 25 years have passed since we lost him, yet his legacy remains as vibrant and impactful as ever. Today, we don't just mourn his absence, we celebrate the extraordinary life he lived and the indelible mark he has left on the Nagaland state. Vamuzo was more than just a politician. He was a leader who understood the heart of Nagaland. He served as our chief minister during the challenging times with wisdom, integrity, and a deep commitment to the welfare of rural people, and was marked by a relentless pursuit of peace and development. Beyond his political achievement, Vamuzo was a man of people. Today, as we reflect on his life, let us remember his unwavering commitment to peace, his dedication to development, and above all, his monumental achievement, the creation of the Village Development Board. This wasn't merely a policy initiative, but it was a profound fact of faith in the people of Nagaland. It was a declaration that the power to shape their own destiny belonged to the villagers themselves. Here, without further giving my speech, I beg my pardon to all those who cannot understand my dialect, as I would like to say a few words in my own dialect. Ta uko hilihi vono, 25th and death anniversary of our late leader, Vamuzo. Ka kalabahji bawade. Vamuzo hi peklu munuzazo uko ta peklu badada. Ve bu Yoruba bu munukina, Yoruba le uko gungubva. Papa, Bomu Chozono Ipuzi, Busu Bopikudo, Susutio, Kakanamle, former speaker Amuzu Vokutakushi, Bom Vesva, Mo Vokutoko, Aso Pokutokushi, Bakusheminba, Buzu Senverminba, Buzu Bom Vesukota, Hikoi Bopi Modada, Mo Supis Mulje, the Shida Hikola, Tomutsum, Chamada, Buzu Shaksam Hikola, Ngogota, is also Bopi Modada. Ve Zopukana Borkasa Boshe Gamatao Ugo Kuta Vamuzo Munubsa Anaili Hisse, Sinopo, Yoruba Meti Hisse, Sino, Yoruba Locomly, Chaksa Metino Hisse, Sunbonobo Naga Metino Hisse, Suzovo International recognized personality with Tisa, Sino. Buzoleno to Joko Bono, Utizilibono, Uko, but to draw, Sicos Sino, a share Jativacta, he more did the bonus, Sissipus arms, Sava. Oh, Yoruba Miko, Uko, Nicopo Abakaksa, Nico Roveho, Tamahibizupu, Munubuse, Kumnupum Tosodo, Pupo Putativo, Sino. Makvek Otis there. Ugo Bukave, Sus Popakandi. Im Hopper, Ato Achuto, you remember tis a illicit algebra. E class Pumulbotiche. 不包括 PAC student union chief guest 提到，我不是这些 finance minister 提吧，我不包着，只不是阿里达说，那个没有提说么后，我头提后，实际上不只是包，那这就是毛那样子对比是有头提的噻，实际是我吧。喂，别我是这，我头天后，这不保险，马个国地方可不跑，别 Village Development Board 伊木是个噻，伊做那个头个 focus 那里去把的，是的，不孬，伊这里不是那个大个大，是知道 realize 的，是对这我头天么噻 ，develop your village， 不 slogan 不，是报答。我听我可是，concept he no 不么努是， he no he 不 no， 包子了后么里不 materialist 的，也在，嘛一听个是嘞，个我这一benefit 我但是我设计，不 chief minister 听个话对了，这个错么，是对了这些，不he introduce he no，compact area development 的这个是听不。是一个现代这个报名位置嘞，这个是台湾呢，一个不是呢。He is rightly known as one of the key architects of Nagaland state。一个是保险门阿木头，实在不是到那个啥。这个我呢，一到 development 是我做对，嘞，后来我过呢，我们是接听外的，特别节目是接听外的。是说我提的过提的，我一来之外的，所以说我们呢还看不是那 development 的看个是呢，把个过去我的，过去外个大是我的，他过去别个是的这不干么的安的，也就是不是多少么，把个不比如么的些设计，我这 LDFT、LDPT 的，是吧 ？Local Area Development Program 听到，伊不是把这，伊过去做些还不可能 India country 嘞，对 ，national level 嘞，伊个还不往了，不 model 一下，不往伊 adopt， 实际咯，这些 Rajya Sabha 那些 Lok Sabha 那些 MP 个5 crore in a year 是 enjoy 听个吧，个是说的，莫伊过来莫得个不大。这类，英国这是我了，有那是为，那搞不些，不那个是不马提咁大过去喏 ，protect 么事，he team 为啥么事 ，strengthen 么事，you know，个为他可是喏 ，government cooperation 可不是state government 只是，you know，马提我们可是包，不是个是这 auto personally， 不是个是为么，哎嘞，把不么。First and the last thing, 还那个是个这，1995届，还那 cultural program 那一部铺的不起来不是个谁，不他妈我来这那季节是谁做不还那个是个做是个谁，不 personality 那做，丫头我不是个谁的姐。好吧，这不是波拉塞，我搞劲儿，我说来，看的，没得事多，是不？没提示我头提后，这是 repetition， 这是累是意思是累了，不是波的这意思，不是波两派，个头的，然后的是高铁 first and last personal talk， 一不是不要什么事。是不 first and last no 搞的，是，他妈嘿，没接改着，我当没包说，我当没过吧，嘞，我当过多的这些，不改着个这，我过是什么都是谁，不喏，他妈 ordinary 他妈么 extraordinary 他妈个这是50位，是到那位，不说了到更多不到 wisdom 不知了，不报他妈大包。 hum zo de ele kum de pum do zna bu zi bo kum de bu zi ba de ele o ko pum ha to ke ve ko he a ka mo de zu bo mo le ti ke he sa什么可是不是嘛ku je cho sa bo xue a mi ko yo ba mi ko hi le he bu to ba zna me he zu he de yi do pa ke ve hi mu ko ba zu de yi do de zo bo 是塞不塞，也是不是阿米姐超生啥不？阿米我问，是不是波斯拉萨？以他保险这个上面咋来了？如果Honorable Chief Minister，咁到你譬如哦，我到了巴格纳，伊不接马不超啥子不？如果处理喏，不是不接穿啥吧？马不，咁到经济超生的话做了，咁到。 How he auto dinazile bod he people jero. Komata Vamuzo in remembrance of our leader Vamuzo and in recognition of his contribution toward our state, we would like to request and appeal our Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister Nipirio and his government to give a space and also remember him and put his name after this, whether BDB or LDF or LLDP, so that the upcoming generations will remember him as a pioneer. And also, I also want to thank our Honorable MLS Achumbe Mokikong for valuable suggestion in the last recently concluded assembly. Ta hibino I etu sipimoto to ve uko heli work does of village uko kve talk hasono uko kumto hi akalase sino buma to kve ko ga kano hi budi de is posala so ho mo kunu tole I Asulumbo Sipio Suliche Poksa Uko Vamuzo Mebel Trust Go Hihimo CRPO Bunido John Lee he organized his la Muzaho Hilino Oko Vono Casino Kungo Kve Sino Uko Kumto Akalas Kve Pumato Kve Ko Akala Kve Tikakasana Nico Muzaho Ziposobo in the last year Kumnupo Comme no, oko leader, oko si bam to she, pour tirer do, comme ne peut se voir to, na, oko kuna vo peut se de way, mo pour ma to kve ko na, pour mo zao, c'est pas ça la so, kve na mo tum zao. Thank you.
Right,
At the very outset, I thank God the Almighty for bringing all of us in this manner. I am indeed delighted to be a part of this prestigious program, and I'm thankful to the organizing committee, the Vamuzo Memorial Trust, for inviting me to be a part of this very important program. Our Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Nipirio, our former Chief Minister, Dr. Shorozele, my colleagues, Kekre and Nisete, Andi Badmashri, son of Vamuzo, the President and his esteemed colleagues of the Chagasang Public Organization, the host of former members of the Nagaland Legislative Assembly, leaders from Chagasang and other Naga communities, the elders of this village, ladies and gentlemen, even if I don't address you in person, rest assured that you all have my highest respect. Aji yade ahibo bara isurge ekdom thanks dibole monase aro amakan oi olop deri bohise kunbado 9 braise kunbado 10 amido 10:30 braise ediado olop deri hoise 1:30. But friends and ladies and gentlemen, it is worth spending a day in this village where a great leader was born for all of us. Idobra, Amakhan, Ajiyade, Time, Pelado, Isi Kushibawulaki. Oila Kotano Guadande, Yade Yoruba, Aro Chozoba Assembly constituency, Manukhange, act them on behalf of the Naga people. Thank you, Kobolemonas. Abnikhan Kinaga Iman Tuk Lubu Barishina, Koigina Pabiasimo. 30 years, 7 times, Uncle Vamuzoke Bothaidia. Aro Amakhan Yede history Janya. Ruling the Noina opposition de Poigina. Ruling the hardly 7.5 years, Poishikogina, Likigina Mahange Poraidish. So Abunikan, Iman Moon Dangur Gurigina, for the sake of the Naga people, to defend the rights of the Naga people, Vamuzoge Pothaile Palopo, Inaga Nizur, couldn't be Agina Kwane, Abunikan Kinaga man far-sighted, Kinaga man Amakhandra gave Habishina Guigina, Chozoba Mano, Yoruba Mano Khange, actum thanks to Bolemonase, Abunikan in return, isi blessing Babo. Amakhan to Abnakhan Laga constituency Mano Hoile Kiman Hal, Kiman Kushi, Inaga Pabna Mano Pisias. Abnido Kudi Braise, Koila Yoruba, Chozoba, Vamzo Lagasana, J. Ido Laga respect, Ido Laga honor do, Poisabra Kinibo Nabara Laga Ase. Ido Garne, Abnikhan, you have contributed you have contributed immensely to the Naga people. Ido Garne, Amar Prathana se, Isurbra, Abnikhan, Shop, Ahatin, Hal, Homoy Hobodibo, Aro, blessing Babodibo. When Vamuzo was born in 1935, the world history was changing, and it was also impacting the Naga people. 1935 was a turning period for the Naga people. The British Parliament enacted the Government of India Act 1935. And how it has impacted the Naga people. That was an enactment. The Government of India Act 1935, empowering the provinces, the states in India, to run their own affairs. Meaning to say that trickling down the powers and functions, the policy making, to the grassroots people. That was the whole concept, intention of the Government of India Act 1935. Then it came into effect in 1937, where a notification was issued, and Naga Hills district was kept as excluded area. So that was the year 1935. Our great leader, Vamuzo, was born. It was a very significant year, and he was born during a very challenging and volatile time. And through his commitment, he faced a lot of challenges. He was born a fighter, and he fought till his last breath for the Naga people. Today, we are celebrating his legacy. I was arguing in the House today. Our Honorable CM is here. I'm so happy that he has accepted graciously to be a part of this program. What an honor for all of us. In the last concluded assembly, I was arguing that Nagas, at the tip of my mind, my heart, that Nagas should rise above tribalism. If there is one thing that is lacking the progress of the Naga people, it is tribalism. So it was in my mind burning. Of course, he was also a part of, our great leader was also a part of a party that I represent today, the Coke Party, which you all love. And therefore, I suggested to the government and to the Honorable CM that the local area development program, it is actually, the official word is local area development program, be named after him, Vamuzo's local area development fund. You know, it was, as it is already read out, it was his idea, it was his concept that today, not only in Nagaland, but all over the states in India, including the Member of Parliament Local Area Development Program, has been adopted from the concept that has been originated from this village, from these constituencies, from Naga homeland. And therefore, it is befitting that we give name, we name after him. And I was so impressed when our Honorable CM responded to my suggestion that he was very much a part of that cabinet when this decision was taken. And the bureaucrats were all out against that. No, this cannot work. How can we pass on? How can we hand over a financial power to the elected members? That was a very critical argument put forward by the bureaucrats. But he was apprising the House that there was a political will. We decided, and it went ahead. It went ahead. It gone ahead. As Victor Hugo said, no power on earth, no king and queen on earth can stop an idea whose time has come. So that was an idea, the time has come, and they have decided. And today, it was reiterated by the CPO. I'm happy that the little idea that which I had has been now been taken as in a positive gesture. I'm sure our Honorable CM and the government, he has assured the House that that will be taken care, and we are hopeful that it will be named after him. It was so coincident that on that day, I raised a question on the old age pension scheme. And in that answer to my query, it was Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme. So all these schemes, like you will find Mahatma Gandhi rural this NRHA scheme. So like that, names are being given in favor of the great leaders. And if we can have this name, it will be used all India. I was suggesting that once Nagaland government adopted this, we must send a very strong letter, representation to the government of India, adopt it as all India, so that it will be used as Member of Parliament, Local Area Development, Vamuzo Member of Parliament, Local Area Development Program. If we can have one name among the Naga leaders, what is wrong? Vamuzo, as a leader, as I said, born in a very challenging time and live a very challenging life. In 1988, it was the Coke Party under his leadership got absolute majority to form a government. The Congress government led by Rajiv Gandhi was at the helm of affairs in India. He was denied forming the government. He challenged in the Guwahati High Court. He won. Again, the central government challenged the Supreme Court. The case went on to election. The case became infractious, and election was held. Only after 10 years, the judgment came. It came in favor of Vamuzo, of course. But that was too late. By that time, 2 elections has gone. So he fought. And this is the reason why I don't believe in Indian justice delivery system. Too long to wait for justice, to get justice. So this is how he has fought for the Naga people. Now, if you see the various schemes that he has introduced, it's really amazing. The concept that he has in his brain for all of us. But amongst many, one thing that strikes my mind is about the Naga political movement. The way Vamuzo understood how Naga people should go about, as it is elaborated by the former speaker, that Nagaland state will be too small a group of people to survive. And that is not the final solution. Today, the Naga people aren't we deviating from that, the concept that our leaders have enunciated. If a solution has to be arrived for the Nagaland state, it would have been already solved by the creation of Nagaland state with the 16-point agreement. But no, ladies and gentlemen, leaders present here, that is not the solution. The real, honorable, acceptable, and inclusive solution awaits for the Naga people. And those who are propagating that Nagaland state is the final solution, or a solution should be within the parameter of Nagaland state, I think that theory will be wrong. I remember when Vamuzo's funeral was conducted in 2000, I was in the NSF. Uncle Vizol speaking, but I could not remember what he was talking about. But I remember the song being sung. His favorite is "It Is Well With My Soul." It is still lingering in my mind. It was a very grand funeral. I regret for not being associating with him, but one of his close bosom friend, my own Abramot, Uncle Dikikon, was a very close associate of our leader, Vamuzo. So I have all the stories heard from my uncle. And today it is a privilege to be celebrating his 25th. It's a celebration, 8th anniversary. For human being, we don't cherish the good deeds that we do during our lifetime. But what we fight for is the legacy. Only after a great man is gone, then only we fight for the inheritance of the dead body and for the inheritance of the legacy. This is the human creed that we all have. But it is worth that we celebrate this in this manner, and I'm happy that this much people have turned up to be a part of this program. When Babri Masjid was demolished during the Ayodhya crisis, the Prime Minister, former Prime Minister V.B. Singh, invited led Vamuzo to be a part of that peace mission. And what he said, I venture, I wanted to quote what he said. I venture, therefore, to humbly but urgently appeal to you to please make an inspired gesture that will touch and satisfy the hearts of the Hindus without harming the dignity and message of the Islam. This is the message he has conveyed to the Prime Minister. And such a wonderful, inspiring from the Naga homeland across the length and breadth of India. This is the kind of leadership that this village, that this land has produced. And today, it is an occasion for us to celebrate not only celebrating his achievements, but also carrying forward his dreams and aspirations. Well, there are lots of important speakers after me, so I'll conclude from here. I would like to leave it to you with what I would like to borrow a phrase of Abraham Lincoln Gettysburg Address. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but Nagas will never forget what Vamuzo has did for all of us. Thank you and Gognali.
Respected Chairman, Mr. Tinojo, Padmasri son of Vamuzo, respected Chief Minister Dr. Difurio, respected Dr. Sorosili, former Chief Minister, honorable advisors, MLA, my old friend, Mr. Nikito Iralo, and all the members in the dais, and my dear fellow citizens. It is a great privilege for me to be standing in celebration of my friend, Mr. Vamuzo. In order to save time, I have jotted down a few points, which does not cover the deeds of Mr. Vamuzo in the public domain. It is a personal remembrance in personal relationship, which has left an indelible mark in our society and the people in general. It is a privilege for me to be able to share a glimpse of my personal journey with Vamuzo on the occasion of his 25th death anniversary. He was a pathfinding leader, a fierce Naga nationalist, a devout family man, and a brother and a friend to me. My first introduction of Mr. Vamuzo was sometime in 1965-66. While he was studying law in Bombay, he initiated to revive the Naga Students Federation while it was defunct since 1953-54 during Madam Ranu Shaiza's presidency. During this time, we had a few Naga students studying in different parts of India. Mr. Zarukrile Kivijusa studying agriculture engineering in Pantnagar. Mr. Vimanyu Lungalang in Shillong. Myself at St. Stephen's College in Delhi. Under his leadership, we decided to reorganize NSF. Mr. Vamuzo and I were made as chairman and vice chairman of the organizing committee. Mr. Givilivor Fizo as secretary, Mr. Viminio Lungalang as joint secretary, Dr. Sorozule as treasurer, and Raju Krile Kivijusa as joint secretary. All of them are no more except Dr. Sorozule and myself. We met several times in Shillong and Kohima and decided to hold the first general meeting of the NSF organizing committee. Under his leadership, the proposed constitution was adopted. All these records will be available with Dr. Sarojale. I know him as an excellent record keeper. We held a meeting sometime in June 1966. Immediately after this, I joined a British company in Assam until I was invited by the government of Nagaland to head the Nagaland Industrial Development Corporation as secretary. While working as in IDC, we had started Sarabati Hotel project in Dimapur. After the election of 1970, Minister of Industries and Revenue under Sri Vizo as Chief Minister. While he was Minister of Industries, he appointed me as the first Naga head of the Department of Industries Department as OSD, ex officio Director of Industries. At that time, there was a proposal to shift the Nagaland Legislative Assembly to the hill presently occupied by the police headquarters. During his tenure, he decided to have another hotel in Kohima, akin to the Hotel Saramati at Dimapur. He believed that a good hotel next to the Assembly Secretariat would be an asset to the state in being able to host various visiting dignitaries. The present Jaffo Hotel location was labeled for the construction of BWD office. One morning, he asked both Mr. Tongbang Ao, Chief Engineer BWD, and myself to the location and decided that the hotel be constructed at the same spot. In other words, Hotel Jaffo had encroached upon the proposed BWD headquarters to be constructed. Such was a decisive leader. He did not hesitate to take responsibility to move ahead with the Hotel Jaffo project. After the Indian Parliament election in 1977, Janata Party came to power. Mr. George Fernandes was the Minister for Industries, Government of India. During the annual meeting of Small Scale Industries Board of India, Mr. Vamuzo invited the minister to host the next meeting in Kohima. This was readily accepted by Mr. George Fernandes, who was a close friend of Mr. Vamuzo. In order to hold such an important meeting, which will be largely attended by all the states, we needed to build a number of guest houses. Upon this proposal, immediate construction of guest houses was required. Therefore, on his instruction, BWD started construction of the present VIB guest house on the emergency footing, working day and night under his supervision. The construction was completed within 6 months. Such was he that any action needed for this kind of project was decisive and quick thinking. Today, he left a legacy of those projects. Above were some of the works undertaken, not known to the general public, which were privy only to his close friends who had worked under him. The other legacies he left behind is the communitization of Village Development Board, which has been copied by the Government of India under Rajiv Gandhi to become the Panchayati Raj Act. He was Also one of the pioneers to start the district plan, which was converted into Kampai era development, giving under which each member of the Legislative Assembly was given, which later became LATB, Local Area Development Project, which our previous speakers have already mentioned. I have just picked up on a few of the pertinent accounts of the countless interactions I had with Mr. Vamuzo to share today. Throughout the years with him, I found to be a decisive and inspired leader. Whenever I pass by the physical attributions of Mr. Vamuzo, such as Hotel Jafu and BIV Guest House, I am reminded of his resourceful qualities, which has left indelible mark in not only the history of the Nagas, but also the foundation of the state. May his generations be blessed and follow the incredible legacy of my dear friend and brother Vamuzo. God bless and Kognalim. Thank you.
Nico, que hutas bak que go, que se go, que batapa sanamu, porque crew, vamos o que crew go. Ugo Chief Minister, Tazapopo, Puka Kragle, Fumoe, Sela, Pochaka Krigazino, Krutame Vorga Bapet Tego, Tietu so how la, Uka Benefu Pezier. Ceci, Nico, Vamuzo Memorial Trust, Mu Sazuba Range, Public Organization, Nico, Ukratame, que vi se cosa, que via credi, te que ha, que cessa, hergasela, Nico Pezier Torho. Ni bubu zat be nego tse ura me Yoruba me mako pushe ura nutsero utup semor go soze ugi batela nego temeka kra sanego teno America se se we si to moderi nego petego ke peje pe si se ho tiche me fe pengu vogataki Vamos mo que viegwa moje. Haki hanu dietsapo urame kipu. Hego nuchume pre. They ujirme pogenye uchata gatu mejidi. Nagame pe nagame tsudo. Yalemudi me heko pe segazudo nuri heko pipra property matsivur gazaso Vamuzo ke krunye tiunu so seniko zegaza tiro Vamuzo chedo di tachana vurmo teme pokal hunu Wamhatwe pozapu Nigo pozapu ka karen sje Sala atye pochedo tamo Diri Nigo pomhato gevisiko ser nise Nigo pola Nigo ni Nigo Nigo zemo tazela bamo tazela Nigo ro Shilero Nigo me puboje pola gadi bo sese lebaga ute mela gadi bo sese lebaga asu nigo kutsone ba kedi ke huira hego tinyo me jebo pubi nigo pekedo naga me donu lesse masi jate Kadukere die, selekaria toliro, kevichasa, fenome. Boteje niepo, kreta pudi me fe dieje, graduate sele. Me fe penguche gedi, me fe soruche, nagame me kenye, graduate sele. So me polero hego, piseme tinyanunu. Teme suse vordi, lasa praglise vordi kavira lasa kisele. Pozeu auri vodi mogokchuno lasa kisele. Unye lasa kise preledi, lasa kapame kevigo. Patakakra kesisido di. Unye kreatoritse. Chide tsedo. Ugo teniu pozal huline, po tiche niepo kretapudi sere tapuje seda puti volada puzeo liro pokalu cheka batatsa zo vudi lagata telemolo ugoroso pi asidi mekipubaya ego tiname susa bietselidi kabatatsa vudi seda Sisi me puri bietsele mo sivordi tijini po kretapudi hepengo akenyeje me po bietsele le po zaliro tinuvicha po surukare lietsidi po sikise SC1 Assistant Commissioner 1 so nguledi hego tinume dono lietono ka khotho keriya thosbaze Teruga sabo ziledi tijini bogre tepudi hepongo tepuje buti volada hego me porto mata pisime pete ukinu krabada sibodi kratago kersidi tie tinuvi satto mode unu sotare por hilabor lelhoda kyo Pozano make vi hočeli vidimo loga. Sidi kerse. Sidi hego tinume. Lasikibo. Po kerkrano lasikibo pesiedo. Sidi lasikibo pesiele. Po sieta de hego rose. De pozano make vi sidi teroga sosu kepu gadula. Kepu lidi. Petele, kichele, hidi lesiki yopo pesile. Te hego renanu, kratatsi gaza kakra, lesiki so sudunu shirle, makasi mega kra shirle. Tinuvita, tuovada hego ka se, hego krapeba, deripozanu magavi botsedi, Hego kepula leza hego sose leba. Kyo Vamuzo mato ke vi zeki debo pusaziga. Ugo chidi kepuli di khadu me. Nori ari krita me pusak kristino kedibo chile vibaga. Kedibo chidi ugo kepuli duga. Maraki kije chedo hego kebata puga pa penu Vamuzo VDB Museum Mu Research Center Chijipo Hego Susanose Kahudi Su Krupete Megotse Masila Morgasula Natsipo Ligasugim here Magavis Sebo Sede Lady A Uramego Seba Museum, kadibaga, museum liro, tese, nichu krisame busi morgoso, ma teme ke visedi, ma regele, ma ke vitsigele so nichu krisame bu ngudi tepule morgoso, segoso sebodi ke ngubi bodi teme bu ma hoya. Research Center, Pucha kasi buga. Wodi kahu kangudi how kiti bula hita ga magasa hopse par levita mula ki gata seko seke pudi make vi fse par gato make sab fse par gato ki pochel di sede kele hawa sede gaza sebote alle neko kritamiko ketse rufadi malese je Nye kisiki nini khasili je, nye ti nye zari khasili je, nye Vamuzo treka tholi ro, sisi di Vamuzo tyo magata nye ko ke ro, nye ko ke kasu, ke pu pe, ma ke vitsi pe, sheka lumi tsi je, asu nye ko cheba, adipu telanu, ke ahu pu shiri, nagami pe nagami tsi zoli je, u je me vitali kanze ho, Nagame bu nagame tsu robali je, kata robali je, niko pete ko peje. Sekatha, Ungo Chairman, Mr. Tanucho, Vamuzo, Memorial Trust. Segabo. Siro. Kapatapa. Padmasri son of Vamuzo. Punyuko. Bu. Punyuko. Siro. Worgaba. Our colleagues ko. Advisor. MLA ko. Tashe. Kapatao Dr. Sorzale Lizichu. Former Chief Minister. Former MLAs ko. Shiro. Reverend Pastor Mu ke huki zare ke banyupa lito sagazago. Sushe unko CPO President Mu Secretary Worgaba Pate Yoruba me Village Chairman Pukazego at GB Mu Chazuba Constituency do Worgabago Pate Sure Society invites the Worgaba Patego Sushe Press Mo Media Mohogaba Go Late Vamuzo Zebien Mo Poketomigo Pozedi Regional Party no support go Mo Che with the party NPF no Kababate Siro Worgaba it's a you pate Poti Kevi Hawa Gulidi Borahanu Kaze Ungo visionary leader late Vamuzo Peso Shigata Tijime Pengu anniversary For life Pomato celebrate Sadadi Walk and Ukilie Agala Kabenyumse Shiro Nyuko Organizing Committee Yoruba Mishiri Mo Mary Kasapatego Peshe Shiro Aburi Wardi Nyuko Zeka Hugilie Tisus be Atsakasala Yobaje Chido Mary Badi Tamenuzawa the Corman Yugadala Agazoba Samosho Kehutsapide O Dika Kra late Vamuzo Ngokrato former Chief Minister O Matokevi Kado Kimidi Subiotemit Sushi Gaza Zapuke Kraharnalide Pomatokevi Haga Leseliro Pusa Morka Shoriba Dari Putigazala Apu Pugaza Pulilo Neri pothemie Kertasagavor Poshigili Liro Akrisanu de Agilom the Ari Tichini will get a fuddy hit ya dear Jenu Vamuzo party UDF Tigi Kohima division President Sir Shibari Putti Hoshie Party Nagaland in charge most particular Putire se emergency continue wada Kerta Gotebe ke did se Sapahemi ke kose dije Metsu Katsakadega Potire Segaza Hatiunu Hatsaza Pokare Kara Kadamidi faces Lebaya Kapayuva Kredi Politicno Lerdi Nagaland no first generation politician Kozedi Maka Krashile Mokoze Matsa. Here goes second generation go there. So she regional party anu Temila Thagaza for local issues. Mu Utinya U identity U history U culture U tradition Hakoha La Thagaza Maybe people live me party we people live Neri regional Kamoshe Umejioshimo Unu Shimo Ukeluzo Shimo So she Hagemidishe Pitsugoze Matsavor Chidi Kapayubo Kredi War Patika Tsa Nagame Kratatsari Hagabala Ugabatamigo Ze Matsagabor Ugo Gidu Hashile Mo regional party Akadamedi Kemejidi Nagamela Matsava Hizu Okay, Krashile. Ungo Kerta Vamuzo Jes Lesliro Akengu Apozedi Matsawargaza Potemie Posije Kruigazawa Nadio Zegatsea Uzekasea Motemie Po principle Nigaza Po integrity But together Mopo Matoke who would Sazori Po commitment ba Zidishe Matsagata straightforward Po simplicity mu humility Hakaha Base Mopo political Kerta Botsagaza He is a man of the mass. Ungo ke hubri Ernadunul Hubor Deri Temiho Mashili Liro Erkri Tsarea Mimeji Shimodea Therefore Poke Kredi Sezubo Pogi empathy basse Gelapundu Matsagaza Toshiba Huri ke pelle ke lunu su segazabo egazala pose matsaza tsbie udu tsenja motodi pose matsalia ugo ke dietsudi par has a all police station all bus station nu kera tawnu ki bonyedi pa sozare duka tsolimo she's a karke nobody time ago sak khavdi meetings are sezo sari ke dietsudi parjo welcome to Ogalagu. So do Ugo Kaptau Vamuzo Uskanjugo Mikakra Dali Namojugo Chidi Par Su Amhinu Ngumo Su Rakra Sibaya Hakimidi Pose Bahuri Hyogoki Gruri Wadi Kadhava Sanoi Unye Kezelhulie Moza Committee Ogoshize Yuchutova Abinono Ashize Seu Kinya Po Shijire. There's a many families Mo Kikurizo political party Ari Vidza party nu politic nu war apenyogele Solano regional Segaza Potsagadawa Muse Reamo Rayagaza Sokosa Limawe Te Anyo Chabungo Atuna Unye Re Korgazala Ani Atunilo for great granddaughter Denya Agimidi Kaze Kikutsamu Politicno Chipiri Apumu Ashizu Kadulubiunia Tikalia U government world is a Ugo Tikalia Yogoshizu Su Tikalimu Shibadi Ota Vamza no NIDC no do Gari Tata truck load no be a potsadi here, society said, Telisadi, Police Sebagaza, Asole Sivaya. Akimedi, Kikrutsa Unimu, Kaze Party Bunu, Matsaza Undumase, Di Masawa Depo, Lupazza Sere, Musu, Tie, Kikru Kamona, Urami, Yoruba, Mo Chazuba, Moripek district, Chakasami, Kakazona, Ukikru, no Temikavi, U party no Temikavi Bangada, Anaha, Pusu Fugaza, Rest Segaza, Chui, Hernumoe, Mupan Matokavigola, Tie, Po Matoko, Po Legisigo, Su Ru, Mosu Capakrodi, Vorgaza, Ashiri Bujugoshiri, Sir Committee, Lady Worbamache, Agamidi, Po Puto, Lucas del Hulimada Shiri, po legacy po ma to se go re have bazo mo ba huri erna nugal humi lichi mi go la pe kudi ha ka sa ko ha na dipu ka sa go CPO presidentiary mora chimbe mo shiri kapu go ba go za government में जो समो कर्ज से पहले मोर्शिया चला कर्ज से कभी हो लेबा जो पुमा तो क्या कर्ज से जो देरी हका बाहुरी वो compact area development scheme VDB को Hakimidi Matsakasa Hakekra Lichi Milaga Sokosa Sakasa Herkramadaliganzoe Munjoko Puzugo Sukomazoe Hapo Anu satisfaction Poliro Po election no Kara 1989 Deri Hatiudu U party we he go Congress no gole the party no war Deri abrading lo MLA swada di Kathari ligan zadazala Congress ko ticket pi at sakadio Supuda zala Congress no guli di war Wo Ke dalimu party u kratami pachuza kathagumo Dari Pomato Putugomala Hegopo Khadipar The party NPC Sugavo Su government Zedi Matsa Sono Po government says again serious say Bahuri defection Mo Hakaha toppling game to the share Pokerizek says Shizaki the Ungozo Teni Chopusas game here Amo Temjan Juba Temjan Hini Perisadi Mibu Minister Chadi Bomosala Last Shidishe U party mu U government mu Bali Borgo Sosola Hini La Kasasosa U party la U government la sacrifices politics art minister nu Larazagi as a body you kiddo or politics as a minister Segadala election no shadow Zapu can you see the Kazam Samo and there was a Katifi there Ash Potsapu Benyo Gary Chito Nibandali Visala or no Baza very lare Salats Savlavadi election shadow. This year, it was a Shiva. Mo, I made it Cuba, Temjan and year, Lazadi, January 29. So, Taki Minister no Lasa Sakimidi, Hegozegobo, Sumogobago, Bu Minister Cha. Kilamaza Assembly Mathoino Pette Minister Sada Daje Assembly Committee Gono PAC estimate library Magagriza Krabaya Bu MLA Goasu handle so much. Salado Sekemidi Motsabro Mostigi Popor Hetses, City Matsuzo Heko MLA no Lagazigi Cafe Hogiliro O Socio Minister Sumdaje Security Sayada Luisala election laboro election nula sponsored some more show. So rebise kurtsuzo. Second medije matsavor. Mu se kakrilam Congress Delhi nova mohaki midi our record for the regional party ha va puri absolute majority me krangu lidi parzori ti chiepengu sitsi legamo va me tsisagame Delhi ke petsuno wada mori kembe hudunu o government biakrawa utho donunu ri kefe podadi bekrawa kembe hudunu sekemedishe sekemeje atigi zoshiri 2003 je pari kekosele Temitza ner kekri go ka sababi sele crisis kakra face downsizing se ivozo thalizo devo krkenye balo zonu mikrobo tes tas dishe president's rule war chidi 2008 je ari president rule su achipu ko thage meri regional party as who faisala hage mi gaze wo the first generation ze mupoti gere thogi kata Vamuzo nyo tigi defection ko ho bikre gaze ho bitre se gaze how se gaze po piere seri matsa gaze so angu more regional po ha survive se gaze no Mirize ke feshimu ke perodi matsa gomore wet golieri levari so tsere gaze so seri shisale Sala poma thoje ko sa yung pusera tala ko repeat sala lo ungo Thier Nagaland no British me word British Mary who recognize British me zet hersu do di pothala bejiwa 1879 dari Christianity war social war di ura woli za hapu ungo recognize mungo protect sa how pupuya 1873 Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation Act how you know kadola Bengal sida British me West Bengal sedi po capital saba Calcutta Eastern taliroche North East ungo hatie North East ko se shiva Bengal Eastern Frontier ungo body bond international boundaries adi chicken neck siligro no bazala ungo have frontier kasak pugaza hawa regulation pas mo socialiro plain no thete phibu uravo chakha mo vorzori ILP inner line permit do Vori uti ukiulie immovable property khiliganze. U artifacts, mori u antique, ha ukro botavie pokeria gosukosa Cresceduliro Guliro Tibie Findo Kediesodo Shidi go protects us. Glam go Meloa Lozala Madze to Mashivom Lozala State Guliri Udagami Nyodo Kedi Gulimosiri State Kagasakizuri British Legacy Bengal Frontier Regulation of 1873 shall be enforced in Nagaland. Sakimigasala Thekazori ILP regulation suba Muaz British methods Kagazo Pette Chirishazo. Sala Ungo British Mevari U local administration of Hagavumo Mo Sunudu Abuizo Nyotiki Vamuzo Nyotiki Ukoino VDB go set up Sasa Mo compact area development Hakaha Sasasa Idi Matsukasakaha Ernamigo protects the Second Indian 73rd Amendment War, Panchayati Raj. So those Nagamie exempt Article 371A la. Mo ungoro Panchayati Raj seliro ungo sudo election ba. Ungoliro village council. Ungoliro election ba mo. Ungoro selection. Sala selection su Kavuga Budazori U customary law so Nurugatsuro Pepiludaro State government give order mo get the war Pepisiju so dietala. So what the High Court Supreme Court no Gatsalo. Gramza Hoa Ungo indigenous Ungo Panchayati Raju Kamala Ungoro village council Hanongo village council Kadazano postal ballot secret ballot Khasaje village council assembly numeri ruling mo opposition Ernau Prodado Ernau Gazevilo Ungo tradition pette bakado Salando Ungo exemption sir. Shashi Nze Zobra let's Progabano Rinzu Hadzanu Togaza Soshi Mutsu Milkameti Sagado Bukatakemedi Sudunutsa Indigenous Certificate Kasagadoliro. Who is the authority? Manungo government pelera zaje ugo kamada nudu hubiese indigenous taliro so ungo pacado ungo dinya supposori ungo pensera livi deri indigenous certificate po peshega duano the real authority is the village council ano certified to how ha po native fernazo po kerpo potsa po chiebo hanawar mo po hano native hano indigenous salado pe potsa livio so to seliro administrative officer ko no forward study DC office no indigenous su khasado se so committee re mozaje EC bobo so recommend sadi saje kamadaro mo village council hawa pot kako seba so puri kama dari tsasadi complaint support la je suliro criminal case tado mo jilla bahai livi mori pubu metsa lietsa ligan zagaza po bar sa livi sashi chiti ki wo mikra azadi meti me mo kokimi kevadi temeta pipjurwa so kemi chibo kenyoliro nagame tribe kaba कर सोरो कर ठेनिवा ट्राइब मोहानो केक्री कोकी कचारी गारो से मिकेडे हाइड कमिटी गारो हागवाबा रनाबा जला उको से डिक्लेयर ट्राइब सरे देरी उको लिरो 1963 cut off date चुनुदु Innovative Sokozo Gomoshe, Miss Savor Okosagaligo, so indigenous no Silgenza. So let's Ulanu registration Semoshiva. Motazi Lady Ingo Kotago, Pilado, job nori, studies nori, Sala, so goes a Mercamatigado, Sakru Kelagaza, Pantozogoza. Hagamedi Potir Shodazla, deploying. Pothala bu pudung zo liro the a regional chief minister city government secretary go kidebo kemeji worshi so ye ga benyevu ke khino phidi a chief minister zo shiri Ari president's role so face a Delhi government Apachugadala. Hake Mizala, Tie Kabatho, Sozalit, retired Ari Pitsibade, Ari Tardero Chido, Krisak Krigasamigo, Ungo, Shubonye. Regional party Pio Pasada. Hawa regional theme party Sagado Nagame history, identity, culture, tradition, Hawa Umas Pugado. Hawa individual go Mori party casualty Sagaza Pakim Taliganza. Delhi Kothor Secure Karivodo Government Keko Mathurivodo Sala Metsu British Meu recognizes me India Meu recognizes me Utho recognition Badalero regional bo Metis Sedi Secure Kami book Khazomudi, Utho Gino Party Sakameti Selmoliro, can you the day Pete Upio Filiganzadi Vodi me party Sapriado Mo O movement Mori Mio recognize Sakazagosa Bamadado Hano Regionalist Katha Sroti Hakiaba Apovi Zonjogo Late Vamuzo Jogo Ugo Mikrobo Ekivitsasajugo Tiki Peshiga Sahaha Shobonyer Nagamila sacrifice di Hawatsada more so capable than Metsu was serious Hediles Gamoje, Koyebo original Tatsa Salada di Mori Karitas a Tivolivi. Mo Katamibu, she not a little regional party no Badaha Metsula Ponomatsaka Todi Saya mo metsuwe so potsao shidi career ko moje makki budori miepo mori microphone pidi metsu potsao shi moje thaliganze bamdado ground national party in world mi sugar ka bi ukhrisudo mi ka kosowordi ukhrisudo government ka kruri lawordi ukhrido unko zebat zado आज ब्रिटिश में बेंगल ईस्टर्न फ्रंटियर रेगुलेशन एक्ट को खसरी मिबुबोर जरले से दो उकियो लिए इमूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी उखड़ले कंजे उनको प्रोटेक्ट से करता में कोई नो ब्रिटिश में लेगेसी लॉ सो हेगो स्टेट को लेजर से दो इस के मेरी ठीक है उनको प्रोटेक्शन बा देरी metsuwe so anderson chilimada mo metsuwe kanu thalimada je thezo shiborzo so thezerado salathie regional party chagdanu ke thodono sodi committee ko moje kartami mi pokenye peledi regional party makino thaliganjo के पेलेरी पुमातो के जाए के शेजो एक जपुआ जगह में उनको थे regional लुपुस है देरी हाथो है सु देख चिल्यामो जैसे वो पार्टी में तिया लेके दो है क्या नोशी सेमोशो क्या मियो पंजाब में उठो क्या नुक्रीदा दा शिजे उठो पंजाब लेवी लाथिए Pero Vamuzo, tumde, der policigo, pumets me chisade, lichimie, Hernando Galumie, Kega Samila, Ma program go Kasabu, Sugo Segaba, Hugo Tigiri, Macrobo Tsuzo, Haka Metsoe, regional Tigi, Hatsibe, Utimi Zagazago, Haka Lili, Sakamati Moliro. Kratago Buzadi, Nagami Taubazado. Sala Tiengo Katao Vamuzo Posegarka Kahu Hanu Terubi Putase Pomato Gabigo Kertsagawa Zomudi Ungo Kratago Piemetsu Zekertsilidi कदो मेरी नगमे पो नीबोबा पो नियोकर सच्ची मुलो कक्रमे वोरी ओ रिकॉग्नाइज से ओ प्रोटेक्ट से के टीमी जबारी स्पेशल प्रोविजन पो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने भी ओ प्रोटेक्ट से सशियों को थियो कदो मेरी कन्ने ओरेलिए करीली दी ओ प्रोटेक्ट से O identity, O culture, Sedoda, Egaza, Maleka Sasaji, Mo Kratamie, visionary leader, Po Temie, Diathodi Metsola, Pokehiro Kaza, Potiudu, Pokevit Tokaza, Deri Pokevit Tosoe. Sakajiri tsawo di pubu po burden do meshi thori kapanyo to kashizo deri po pio meshi thoda metso po khoyali muda shiri pubu chezaga mudur shedalida shizala no the regional badaliro sa sesadi kareli mudaliro me party no body me bokro di undur dil hoda shigza utho ka dasam sade putik ke me ye honu unko hatho ke vi jegar chlide nagami jevila ka do tsi ji sukar ka chle sra suko tspe ri se mutsa ke he sadi regional party 하보노 나가미를 걸리러 응고 실제니도 뭐 시걸미 실제 위도예 나가미 실제 위도예 그래서 걸리는도 예수고비에 여고 받으세요왜 그번 뭐 잡에 그렇다고 산업하면서 뭐 본연녀고 뭐 기누고 쓰디 어고 뭐 위서로디 보티 하이가자 보조모디 보티 베테도 कर्츠디셰 나가밀라 마게 비츠사서 텐자 여보요 thank you and God bless
Ugo Honorable Chief Minister Nipurio Ugo Pichu the former Chief Minister Kabatosh Rosalie Zetu Sese Ugo Kurtame State Leadership Kirkito work about over there. Te Nigo Haga work about Tego Hakazeugo Malas Tibu there. Mo Vamuzo Memorial Trust. About here concluding observation. Did allow take a hugatu Machabo, Kenegasabo, Bujaja, Akatoja Asu, Levia Massa. Kekalaman, Maka, Kra, Lady Shea, Mepoja Pate. Challenge for Ukibo Lady Levada Maje Sister Tibunu Hapopudo Burase Deri Vamuzo Kalunu Ugutia Potsepu Mo Potseze Potsudashmo Deteugo Pogo Kikijo Porshi Ugo Zavali Ugo Kapatesi Jasu Pele Mopo Tiem Habo Ugo Gato Bama Jesusa Nkato Ju Kijibomu Akato Ju Kijibomu Politics Malevi Education Balevi Chadoni Nipetam Balevi There's no me poboju Ginupam Havaga Sabo Penuli Mozise Makazago Bete Mazadi po mito modadi Somu Sete Tuda was a common sense. Vamuzo's idea go a subject to Motha Vamuzo's legacy, an idea whose time has come. Sunubaja Masameshe Pokale Haladishe Hatchapaju Mususumapa Atsai Moviho Deri Agijo Majishi So Majishi Susa Lebanodi Mepoboju Cheshimosota or Jadi Gokipuja Nije Pele Pokako Kapususa Pokakoa Levaja Ukaponovakari Togi Kija Hau Cheshidi Genesis Nugo Prayer Genesis chapter Gary Togo Dienupuja Musamozu Mota Temi Chikashikari to Adam Kipuja first employed on a project. Employment Gary Tobo Mupo Potobe Potshe the Bukivin City to the governor. Lavor Jigi Lermota project to just Sejabo Kasha. Deri He was not there. Puktumode. Sala ukapano samhodzero hukum khashasi. Highly, let there be light, let there be this, let there be that. Hukum will be khasha aza. Dari piri pochikashe man made in his own image, in his likeness. Temi chikashe urchikari to temi race urchikari to liro. Adam, where are you? Ugo lesi su pachaja se. Adam no kia wadamu. Where are you? Tonu tomode. Sla lewaja su said to build the right society on earth as it is in heaven. As it is in heaven, but here, not up there. Musunu Kenyu Motha, the second rule, doctrine, teaching for building the right, just, fair society on earth. Susamotha pue Kain pono pichu mu posizo nikivor. Ukamano lavor, idem no lavor. Mu pue sidi posizo mo kenki puja. No kicho landi posizo tesajipere. Ugo soshiba. Desidi posizo liro. Why are you angry? No kijibala ni muraga. Kijibala numhapo kakuraga. Sidi sosiu puja do what is right, and all will work out. Kijibo potushi. Tokijiboshi no sul melunu no ponu sigaju su chesje. Zero mapete putulaledo. There is no sus medimoliro obedience. Simoliro terokasho Satan kikadunun feban mezuledodi. There is su penel no penel mosuri tolade. Number 2, do what is right. All will be well. If not, the devil is crouching at the door to devour you, but you must overcome it. Sala, tego kachigabunu. Vamuzo, porque lununu me jigeju liro. Nezota, ugo lideru, nepugajunu. Poki ke pu. Uto ucheyaho. Ijupu. Utocha, so that is the message of Vamuzo, and I think that's God's message to everybody. You have to know what you should do. Nobody will do it for you, but you do it. Teoko, closing observation. Idea kaza ko ha katse chidise katse look hagi bolevi. Un selevi mom hakakra katse hapo chuvin heje para levi. What is happening in our society? Musus mohotoliro me popoe. I am responsible. I am as responsible as the chief minister, the cabinet ministers, the MLAs, or the church leaders, or somebody else, public leaders. Uko chizmese pamoga sogose uko chizmese ngodi a chizmese ne poboju shosa pale geju lele bonse ke mapate ke chipi mapo pargeju monje uto society that's a crimeju chizo uko tek ke hu gejunu pochakaja thus me poboju sule domoga regional party la pupe masame shishida ugo leader ne musunu pirlero se me poboju ukapono how tapia kitala. I may not be chief minister, I may not be somebody else. I may be just me. I may be in any line of life, field of life. There is no malady me lady. I have a toy mo reach what is needs to be done, I will do it, not wait for somebody. Not me, somebody else. Catchable or seizable, no much partarazo. Musala go te how Hakakakachikashinu Chakasang CPO how publishes remembering and celebrating the life and contributions of Vamuzo. I want to congratulate the CPO. Muhanu Prajase Kachimago idea go. There's no mota, it'll come down to you and God, yourself. Ugo Sicilio Vamuzo pioneered an idea which I believe is God's gift to the world. Look at how self Moshogature, how Hadi Haichiro Mota, the right development, people priority development, Jesus said, Moshobij, urgent Mimeta Shesi, Mususiliro. That is the legacy of Vamuzo. The time has come. The time has come if each one of us will say, yes, it's the most challenging thing, I will take it, whatever it is in my field of life. Naga society and ourselves will be surprised, but what will happen? If that acceptance of full responsibility for my existence on this planet is understood and grasped. Thank you very much.
Commemorative Zipoka Siko Murtuko Muzamo Koyoe, Makatro said, Oko Otu Minhaza Demohe, see Reverend Dr. Oka Kalo, Nova Chiki the man. Reverend say, Vesu. No chiquita man. Reverend Kotso Mero, Reverend Chitrove, no Baba chiquita man. Ora mi, Yoruba ko no kumazaho. Chozu bayre, public organization ko, CRPO ko no kumazaho. Matika soko murte no gola ti mo kumani papa job today no go today. Kumtao ogo tatao chief minister ni period no tavore se paka krokazasve selibi zoko mono takakeve suba tawasa unagami Opteni Jola Makavebo Tade Tamakatrom Haseto is Heliba New Chabumo Uchimim Celibizokamo Oninego Zitrese Suyi Kuputamokus Zasikevebo Tapasata Vorigo como Casimohi Pakaveho Nepo Bojobo Chabumo Ochimoni Nego today. Vamuzoni Nego but that's Severio Kiyoriko. Oh no, Nepo Mazawe Zagapoko Noko Mapome Picasano Maza Bao Sere cái khe nó sợ thô advisor nè tin để cho vào với cho nên mà ra cái thằng mi có XML có bữa cái sự nó có mà ra bao nhiêu nó có ngốc cái sự gì cái mà thao sờ rồi lẽ nè phiêu nó có ngốc cái sự gì nè cái tu ngốc cái sự gì cái mà thao vào mà dùng ngốc chỉ biết hồ để bỏ mà ra vậy chứ có cái chỗ cái từ cái chỗ thì cái chết từ bắt đầu cái chỗ là thằng mà mất từ có sự thà đó mà
có cầm dao mình thì cái chỗ thì sẽ nó cái chỗ thì cái gì đó thì cái chỗ thì đó mà cái khứ thọ cái mà sát thọ cái cầm nụ bây giờ hoa cái trứng cái mà cho cái là mà ra chiều cái số cho hi nó thọ sa nó hết sa cái gì nó nhập bộ cho hoa cái bao vô nó nhập bộ cầm thao vào mùi gió nhập bộ bu cha zư cái khó cái ta để chỉ mới chịu bu ngô zư cái sẽ cái nát mà ra và cái trò cái về cái bộ đấy nó就只是的 program here cái sự có mới thì có chỉ是的 job na gami chỉ是的 ở chiều那个ở那个mới thì có chỉ是的也不就好吧那个课那个我们学个这个啦哈个特色可不是只是有为也不就好吧那个不搞个那这个是那个的啦这个特色可不是只是有也不就好吧han家他们学么那个是 program hi level participate 个这个没这个特job人那hi bo特job chakraway特job 你不嘛个为这个是个没这个特job 你不就好吧那这些没就不我个大姐 Hako kritayo von beler lega da bise no pime jeno po bitte geje ni po krita kutsi sala pusa ko tsude ni po jehova rena hilari no ni po java tama ke ve mo rena hili bobo ni po na ga mi krige usi ye krige temo ke ve me he sala pusa ko tsude ta tama ko kro vono pu ke ve po ge ko no jo kroti po ko tsude hiko na ro da te ke ko mu te ko ni po no jo tsude hako hizino ka ko ko zo pu no 다노 오토라 포토 그분의 가릴레타토 그분의 팻타토 스가메테 나하고 즈다데 kakwago tampunje Jesu Christ mingo kemejeyo kamano pe java tamaka kritoyo kama sarpu kapusi kamalakutsubo metzu take tide Jesus ala chaseyo amen
ye po tijo katika traka sikamzago e okomete go sisheno cái số thứ sẽ có cái giá trị đó về mà mấy từ chim mà theo mà lấy cái sao cái trước cái na họ có mấy từ có bao giờ hova từ số cho cái gì về bao vụ đó bù mắc cái gì cái na người ta lấy cú tiêu lấy nó họ có đồ lấy bao sa họ có tri hè nó họ có bao giờ cú lấy chỉ tri cái na chỉ là nát cái mà giá bao nó cái thứ gì hàng trời một thứ họ giá bao giờ lấy một thứ bớt sinh thao về thứ cho cái cái trắc cái gì cái gì có họ cái giá trị cái giá trị đó sẽ nó mới dễ sẽ thứ cho le nó chỉ cái mà sao sẽ họ có bao nhiêu trắc cái mà tự có bao sẽ thứ cho nó kiểu chi chi nhớ bao giờ họ vào cái đêm rồi cái sự mà tự có giờ cho thì bất đấy ta cái cái trắc nó chỉ chơi can pra cái gì có nó cho people có được sự đấy thứ cho họ có cái giá trị đó mà nó mới dễ sẽ cái phụ cái thứ cho bao sẽ cái cái mà tiêu bạc kiểu chứ nó họ có mà tiêu cái gì cái lời sẽ Jesus Christ họ kiểu sẽ bao giờ họ vẫn chỉ cái thứ cho số mà cái thứ gì anh sẽ sao được vậy amen